Saas-Bahu conflict or mother-in-law, daughter-in-law conflict has been a universal phenomenon since times immemorial. The origin of this conflict can be traced from the very psychology of mothers who love their sons so intensely that they fail to tolerate when their son falls in love with any other woman. It becomes very difficult for her to share her son with that woman. No doubt, a great majority of mothers feel betrayed when their son falls in love with any other woman. However, this situation or this attitude is very dangerous, and that becomes the root cause of all Saas-Bahu conflicts. In fact, boys who have been nurtured and surrounded by excessive love of their mothers fail to love any other woman in their whole life. They are always weighing and considering the other woman in comparison with their mothers. They have an inherent wish that they should do everything just as their mothers had been doing. If things are not done the same way, then everything goes wrong according to them. I want to tell you from the depth of my heart that everybody should love his wife and listen to her in every way, otherwise nature will not be able to carry on the work of creation and procreation. In fact, nature expects and prepares every child to be able to love someone else also. If the child cannot love any other woman other than the mother, then this creation cannot be prolonged anymore. That is why it is quite natural that a son cannot offer that much love to his mother as much she can offer to him. Even you might not have loved your parents as much as you love your wife and children. And even your children will not love you as much as they will love their own wife and children. In this way, Saas-Bahu conflict is a natural byproduct of nature's biological process of human evolution. However, right understanding and an awakened attitude can resolve this unending conflict forever. Speaking the first thing first, I would like to emphasize that both the parties are required to understand and appreciate the implications of the generation gap. The mother-in-law must avoid imposing her own opinions, her own values and stereotypes on the children of the new age. At the same time, the new age Bahu must try to understand the limitations of the older generations, the limitations of the thinking and approach of the older generation. And keeping this thing in mind, the new age Bahu must be flexible in her approach, in her behavior towards the mother-in-law. Both the parties must understand and appreciate that they cannot live and behave on the same pattern of life and living. If both of them can think that much, it will bring a big difference in their approach towards each other. Secondly, mother-in-law has greater responsibility to ward off this conflict. In fact, she is more experienced and more mature. She should therefore avoid imposing her own opinions and customs instantly after the entry of the Bahu into the house. She should have patience and offer her a breathing time. Fourthly, mother-in-law must drop the desire of domination over the Bahu and the house as a whole. No doubt, respect of elders is a fine thing, but trying to impose your own whims and wishes in that garb will certainly invite clashes and troubles. You may feel surprised to find that the image of a father-in-law has never been painted and pictured as ugly as that of a mother-in-law, simply because he never interferes or entangles himself in the personal life of his son as much as the mother does. Ancient Indian wisdom had a very powerful solution to this problem, which is available nowhere else in the whole world. It had divided Indian life into 4 stages: Brahmacharya, Grihasth, Vanaprasth and Sannyas. During their middle age, just after the marriage of their children, the parents used to make preparations for retirement to the forest, which means Vanaprasth. No doubt, physically they were to live inside the house, but mentally they were to withdraw wholly from the household affairs. Now they were expected to take interest in their inner growth and self-development. Consequently, the possibility of a Sas Bahu war was rendered totally impossible. In view of these facts, I would like to extend my heartfelt advice to all the parents that after the marriage of their children, they should focus all their energy on their inner growth and self-development. They can accomplish this by making efforts to raise their consciousness through the practice of meditation. I want to tell them that meditation is the food for the soul, and at the same time, for a sound body and a sound mind, they should regularly exercise and practice pranayam also. And then you must start learning some art or skill according to your own intrinsic nature. By doing so, you will experience a state of joyfulness that comes from within, and you will find that your son and his wife both have fallen in love with you. Consequently, you will grow younger once again, and then you will be able to live longer also. As regards the question of taking sides in the Sas Bahu conflict, I would like to suggest that there is no need to take anyone's side or to play the role of a referee. It is wiser to avoid complaints from both sides. At the same time, avoid being overly involved in one relationship and ignoring the other. Avoid fighting battle on anyone's behalf. Try to encourage them to be kind and loving towards each other. Like any other problem of this life, the most powerful antidote to deal with this problem is to learn to live life with Sakshi Bhav or as a witness, and encourage both of them also to live like that. Nevertheless, if you feel compelled to take sides, it would be advisable to stand by the one who is right, reasonable and justified, and then try to persuade or dissuade the other. I can tell you, your fairness will certainly be rewarded.